It's Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. You know what that means. Tell him, JFB, what's on the show today?
We have some news, and I don't know if you've heard, but apparently there's a big pay-per-view happening tonight called Double or Nothing from this like upstart company called All Elite Wrestling. I don't even know what this is about, but we're gonna predict, I guess. We're gonna,
you know what? We're gonna talk a little contract between you and me. All this and more on the All Effing Wrestling Show.
Let's hit it.
Coming to you live from the FM Worldwide Media Studios, located in parts unknown.
It's the All Effing Wrestling Show.
With your hosts, Canada Dry, and the JFB.
Tell me how it's priced. Tell me if the item is for sale. And tell me.
Good morning, afternoon, some places it might be at night, in which case you should keep my supper warm. I am, of course, I'm the adjunct professor. This is not a fighting moment. This is a teaching moment. I am, of course, the JFB, James from Boston.
And I am the patron saint of professional wrestling. I am that gingered up, bubbly cracker son of a bitch. I'm Canada Dry, damn it. And a shout out goes to my good friend, Bad Take Cade. And what about this guy below me, the first ever graduate from the intern program to get on the show?
Yeah. We're talking about Showtime Shane. Shane, how you doing, my brother?
I'm doing great today. I got to give a shout out to my brother-in-law, Paulie, which Canada Dry met a few weeks ago. What up, Paul? I won't be taking my shirt off. I won't be taking my shirt off and pouring water on my bare chest today. Don't worry about that.
Well, did you comment on that?
He spookily tuned in that night, and he's like, "What the hell are you doing?" I'm like,
Now, you were the intern in the backstage dip. He's always yelling at you. You're the first graduate to actually make it on the show. How does that feel?
Feels great. I went from relief pitcher to starting pitcher today.
Yeah. It's impressive. It's impressive. I mean, this guy, let me tell you, the first impression he made, that coffee was exquisite. Exquisite. And
I guarantee you, he only spit in it one time.
Yeah. Only once.
Yeah.
I only did one.
You deserved it. You were yelling at awful hard that day.
I was.
I also only did one dunk to it too.
Brings a whole different meaning to Dunkin' Donuts, baby.
You got a guy beneath me. This man is the most reviled person in AFW. He makes Pol Pot look like Mother Teresa. I'm talking about the most evil VP ever in AFW.
Evil.
Talk about Joe. Hey, Joe.
What is going on, gentlemen? I do find it a little apropos. We got on the top row, Canada versus the United States.
Yeah.
We might as well have it on the bottom row, the elite.
Holy crap, it is. Hey, I was just going to say, is that an FTR shirt? Because, yeah, we got one of the matches covered for tonight.
Yep, we sure do.
I like it. I like it. We're joined by this guy, Roman Graham. Roman, How you doing, brother?
Is that your brother? Oh, that is your son. That's your son. I keep forgetting his name's Roman.
I didn't even think of that. That's perfect. That is Canada versus U.S. Right?
Okay,
Perfectly
so
split down.
let's change the stakes here then. How about this? Me and Showtime Shane,
Yeah.
our total scores
Yeah.
versus your total scores on that side.
Okay.
And you're going to send me, if I win, you're sending me a gift certificate to Outback Steakhouse.
You're on.
And what do you want?
Denny's.
Denny's.
Go to the Sizzler.
Dirty Denny's it is.
I just want beer.
Well, guys, it's Sunday. We have a pretty big show. This is the 5th anniversary for AEW. We're on season 4.
Yeah, we're up 4. We're not far behind.
Yeah, we're not far behind. We're trucking right behind them.
We just had to make sure AEW was established before we started.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, is this thing not work out or?
Regardless, before we get to the picks, before we get to the predictions and everything else, we got to do a little house cleaning. And usually that means we have to do the news. From the 4 corners of the globe, from our studios to your home, this is FNN, the FN News Network, starring Canada Dry and the JFB.
I like how you got the little heart found the pink All F and Wrestling logo in there.
Hell yeah.
Okay, real quick. Before we get started, my son wanted me to show something off to you guys.
All right.
We've got the EVPs themselves.
Yeah. The box.
Yep, we got Mr. Ray Phoenix.
Ah.
And then last but certainly not least, Le Champion.
Le Champion.
Jericho.
He's got a collection going on there, man. I'm telling you, I'm a little jealous right now. So, who watched King and Queen of the Ring yesterday?
Yeah, some of it. I watched some of it.
I didn't watch the main event.
Well,
Now, wait, I want to know why Joe didn't watch it. Tell us why you didn't watch it.
I do not watch King and Queen of the Ring because I feel a certain way about them having a relationship with Saudi Arabia.
So you
I remember you
boycott
saying that.
any Saudi shows.
I've never watched one Saudi show that WWE
Good for
is
you.
doing.
Good for you for
Not
making that
one.
stand.
So
I watched part of it, but I didn't watch it all.
yeah. So for those who didn't watch it, during the men's King of the Ring, Randy Orton and Gunther, and there was a botched finish. You could have driven an 18-wheeler, not just 1 or 2, but 10. 10, I'm telling you, semi-trucks through between the mat and the shoulders of Randy Orton. He was not pinned, but the ref counted 3 anyways, which led to a lot of speculation. Is Randy Orton hurt? Is Randy Orton this? What was going on? Triple H did come out and talked about it and said that the ref's decision is final. Okay, got to keep it kayfabe, right? But then mentioned that possibility of maybe a rematch might be needed, if you will.
Now, did the reporters ask them, or did he volunteer this information?
So backstage asked him, and then he responded.
So someone from their team asked?
Yeah.
Okay.
Caleb Braxton or whoever.
Okay. So it wasn't like a proper.
It was a planted question.
Yes. Okay.
Exactly.
So my guess is this was on purpose then.
Yes.
That's what I'm feeling. It feels like this was because when I seen the one picture, it looked like the ref was completely going out of his way to only look far right, so you would completely miss that shoulder being up. So I have a feeling it was a planned botch, or
It was
not a
the
botch,
same
but
way
a
with
planned
Ronda.
finish.
Yeah.
With Ronda and Becky there.
Yeah. So it was interesting, to say the least. But anyway, so Triple H commented on it. So for those who are wondering, where's MJF been? He was in the movie Iron Claw for a brief 10
10
seconds.
seconds.
About that. He is actually expected to return sooner than later, and they expect him to be in the mix come Forbidden Doors. So
Could he return tonight?
I think he returns tonight.
MJ.
I think he makes a return tonight. I don't see why not. And it wouldn't be surprised if he's the one that costs Roderick Strong the international championship. Just saying. Canada Dry, your thoughts?
Yeah, or he's the one that helps Team AEW get the W
Ooh.
in the main event. Like what a great way to he comes and makes the save.
Tony Khan makes another delivery, showing up backstage in his SUV, dropping off another wrestler, and it's. But you know what though? Just to keep the mystique, maybe you keep them fully cloaked or something, like a black hoodie or whatever, and Tony Khan makes the drop off.
He comes in with the devil's mask. You don't know if it's him or Adam Cole.
Yeah. Okay. I like that. Expect shenanigans. Expect shenanigans. Will Ospreay was recently interviewed on a podcast in which he said that the way that WWE is using Ricochet is appalling. Now, for those who don't know, many moons ago, a few years ago, Ricochet, when he was wrestling in New Japan as King Ricochet, Will Ospreay had this banger of a match. It was flip-flop and high spots everywhere. You either loved it or you hated it.
Or you're Jim Cornette.
Yeah, I was gonna do it right away when you talk about that match. The first person that came to my mind was like, I remember Cornette had a coronary fit over this one.
Corny did not like it. So, do we
It was
agree?
great, but it was a little flippy.
Yeah. Do we agree with Will Ospreay, Canada Dry?
I absolutely agree with Will Ospreay. Ricochet, at the very least, deserves the Intercontinental title, the U.S. title.
Yeah.
He should be in the mix at the top of the food chain. He's that good.
Yeah, I agree. What about you, Shane?
Now I just completely forgot the question we were talking about because I was looking at the chat for a second. Sorry about that. What were we talking about again?
Will Ospreay saying that.
Oh yeah, no, I fully. Yeah, no, you know what? But that's the thing. WWE doesn't know how to utilize. Like Will Ospreay in the WWE would have never worked because of those exact reasons. Ricochet, they don't know how to market guys that have the capability of those guys.
Yeah.
AJ Styles is a little bit different.
I want to disagree with that because Will Ospreay was already a big star in New Japan.
Oh no, I'm not saying he wasn't a star. I'm saying if he went to WWE's and their system of how to do matches,
I think they would put him right at the top of the food chain if it.
Well, no, they would put him at the top of the food chain, but they would have a hard time booking his matches like they do Ricochet matches and stuff like that. Like I don't think he would be able to utilize his moveset over there as he is what he is.
Oh, I see. It wouldn't be as prominent.
He wouldn't be Will Ospreay in WWE.
Exactly. Yeah, that's exactly the best way to put it.
Yeah,
he would be watered down. Will.
Well, that's exactly what's going on with Ricochet. He's been from his movesets from his Lucha days and then New Japan and all that. It's been pretty watered down to his. AJ Styles is another example. A lot of his style got pretty watered down once he made that jump to the dub.
When Ricochet and Logan Paul had that moment at Mania, it should have pushed Ricochet into a higher spot, but it didn't.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Why would you put a spot out there like that and not you capitalize on it? It got millions of people.
Vince was in charge. He was booking at that time.
And that's where those type of style wrestlers don't do well under the Vince system.
Yep.
Or Triple H.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, for that.
Your thoughts, my friend?
Oh, I completely agree with Will Ospreay. Like, Ricochet is capable of so much more than what we've seen from him.
Yeah.
But like Shane said, it's just the WWE way of wrestling isn't conducive to letting Ricochet or honestly quite a few people on that roster
Finn
show
Balor.
their true potential.
Yeah. Finn Balor's another great example.
Yeah.
Who?
Finn.
Yep, Finn. Like AJ, he's had some good matches, but he's capable of so much more.
Oh, yeah. Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, but
I mean,
I wonder though if it's about the paycheck for a lot of these guys now, and they're just like,
absolutely.
Well, obviously it is. Especially when you got kids. It's definitely about the paycheck.
so like, and at some point they're like, well, this is as far as I'm gonna go. I'm in WWE, and I'm in the number one promotion of the world, and this is my ceiling now.
Yeah, I mean, Marty talks about it. Ospreay was referring to him being the speed champion. So it's a shame to keep his matches under 3 minutes. Very true.
Yeah, it is.
So outside of Becky Lynch, who did lose at King of the Ring, King and Queen of the Ring, she is no longer the Raw Women's Champion. It is now Liv Morgan. Good Lord, never thought I'd say that with a straight face.
Not just the Raw Women's, she's the Women's World Champion.
Yeah, that's how it is,
Heavyweight
man.
champion.
And what it couldn't have happened to a sweeter person.
Yeah.
I
So,
love her. I love her.
Yeah. So we know that Becky Lynch's contract is up in a few weeks. So is Natalya. Natty's contract is also up. She was not in Saudi Arabia. She was on assignment in New York doing press for their upcoming pay-per-views and shows in the States. So my question is this. Out of those two, Becky Lynch or Natalya, who makes the jump to AEW? Canada Dry, you go first.
I think Natalya
Can you go get her?
Neihart has a shot coming to AEW.
I'll be back in a second, guys.
Look, he's crime, bloody murder.
You gotta love live podcasting, eh?
But yeah, Natty, I'm gonna say, yeah, she has a shot at coming to AEW. And Becky, not so much. Becky's you wonder about Becky's long-term career, having kids.
Yeah.
Both guys being on the road, that's got to be rough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She goes
Like
to
as a
AEW.
parent,
Yeah,
two
I mean,
parents.
if she goes to AEW, ultimately she's only wrestling either Wednesdays or Saturdays, and then a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
So she's got more time to help raise her child and keep, help Seth Rollins get better.
I see Becky rather than that probably retire and wrestle the odd sort of match.
Yeah.
That's what I'm kind of almost thinking at this point of her career. Natalya, though, the reason why I have a hard time thinking she'd be jumping AEW unless Tony put something on her, it's because like Tyson Kidd is still working backstage.
Yeah.
For the WWE. So it's like it's kind of depends on when his contract is due or up with the WWE. I'm wondering, like.
But Shane, how cool would it be to have Natalya win the Owen Hart tournament?
Well, that's exactly what I was just going to start. I was actually just going to get to that. The reason why I think they could be a push, Tony could easily market that and say that to her and give her money. But let's not forget, though, that Owen's kids, though, haven't had any contact with people like Natalya.
It's a bridge. Like,
yeah. I mean,
power.
Yeah. I mean, because Martha still have the whole tournament's heavily involved Martha. That's the biggest problem in the whole situation in the feud.
Martha's not going to say, I'm not having Natalya win this thing.
Like, I know, hopefully not. But you know what? Imagine that you start getting more work. So you get that women's roster's going to get overbloated too. Then if you add Natalya, you're adding Camille too, which is one of the most talented wrestlers that come out of NWA in a long time. So,
but you're looking at people like Layla Hirsch and stuff like that. They're getting pushed down the card.
Yeah,
I'm sad because Layla Hirsch has got a lot of. I think she's a really talented wrestler and puts on really great matches. We were talking
smack on Layla Hirsch last night.
Yes. Joe,
me and Bryce. We're not fans.
So I don't think there's a chance that Becky goes to AEW.
Yeah.
What I do expect, though, is that her contract runs out and she just leverages AEW to get paid.
Like Randy Orton.
Yeah.
Mercedes Moné is making bank with AEW.
Yeah.
And she'd be foolish to not go to AEW, get an offer, and then go back to WWE and say, beat this.
Yeah.
They will. They can't afford
Oh yeah,
to let
that would look
Becky
really
Lynch
bad
fall.
to have Becky show up on AEW TV.
Like
Well,
I said,
speaking of,
I think there's more of a chance of Natty, but once again, her husband works in WWE.
Yeah.
I could see her also staying
Yeah.
because she's been approached, according to Sean Ross Sapp, she's been approached for an extension. She just hasn't said anything yet. She may do the same thing. She may go talk to Tony Khan, get an offer, and then come back and see. And if you don't like AEW, that's fine. But this is why it's vital for AEW to be here.
Yeah.
It doesn't give WWE the monopoly on paying people anymore.
Yeah.
Well, you also look at Will Ospreay's payday.
Yeah.
That has a lot to do with WWE wanting him.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's talk about Mercedes Moné for a second.
Oh god.
For those who don't know, the Ringer podcast network, one of my favorite podcast networks around. Lots of movie and TV podcasts that they do, and absolutely love them. They have a wrestling podcast that they do in conjunction. And Mercedes Moné was on the Ringer and said that she is the greatest women's wrestler of all time. Kind of dry. You want to give us your opinion on that?
Not even close. You're not. I'm sorry, Moné. But you know what? I respect this. What do you expect her to say?
Yeah. She's in character, obviously. She's not going to say, oh, I'm just an average wrestler. I mean,
yeah. I'm an okay wrestler. Like a
I'm all right. I'm all right.
Shane.
I mean, she could have had better ways to word it, like currently or on the AEW roster or something. But yeah, for her,
guys, she's a heel. She's
I
not
know.
going to be politically correct.
She
She's
finds
going to
ways.
be obnoxious.
She finds ways to make herself hate it. I mean, even if whether she's in character or not character, she just continues in my book find ways to make me hate her. It's just that simple. So
yeah,
Joe, no, it's not about Jamie Hayter. It's about
oh, I miss her. That's one person I can't wait to get back is Jamie Hayter, man.
Yeah. Joe, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, it doesn't bother me. I mean, once again, you're in a business where you got to sell yourself. You got to market yourself. And as much as we hate the guy, Eric Bischoff is right. Controversy creates cash. You say something outlandish, people are going to come see or they're going to pay attention to you. It's just smart business.
Well, speaking of the greatest women wrestler wrestling today, Julia. Now, for those who don't know, Julia is this big, huge Japanese Joshi wrestling superstar. Used to wrestle for Stardom. She left Stardom and went to the creator of Stardom's new promotion, Marigold or whatever it's called.
Marigold.
Yeah, got hurt. So now her WWE debut has been delayed for quite a bit. So my question is it worth really investing time once you sign with a big company like WWE? Are you really going to put your ass on the line in a smaller, almost will eventually become a defunct promotion like Marigold? Canada Dry, your thoughts?
That's a tough one. I'm not really following this enough, so I'm not educated enough. So I'll defer my answer.
Okay, let's go with Shane.
I'm kind of similar to Canada Dry, but I will make like the statement because like similar things have happened with other guys now recently. You want to look back at even Carl Anderson. They let Carl Anderson defend the never open weight title while he officially signed a WWE contract. So they allow him to finish those and New Japan dates or whatever. So, but these are the risks. These are the exact risks. What happens when you have a talent sign and you kind of let them?
Yeah.
See, right now, like Eric Rollins, he's been rumored to be part of the Wyatt Six. they made sure right away the moment they re-signed him that they pulled all his any indie dates he had going on and stuff like that. So, but I guess it just depends who it is and depends what they had going for him at the time. But I
Absolutely.
wouldn't want my talents to have anything to do with that promotion to begin with, where Juliet does, just because of all the controversy that's popped up with I can't remember his name, but with just
The owner of the company.
yeah, exactly. And so,
Joe.
So I can respect the commitment that Julia has to Mr. Agawa. I think his name is Rossi Agawa.
yeah, Rossi, that's it.
But I think, like, obviously in hindsight, it wasn't the best deal. Because look, this isn't AEW where you're wrestling 1 or 2 times a week. AEW does, WWE does house shows and everything. You're going to be able to get your reps there. So it's not that. And I think from WWE standpoint, like, it was an extremely big risk to take.
Yeah.
Especially for someone who you're bringing in and their first match is supposed to be an NXT women's title match.
Yep.
Like,
yeah.
Well, you gotta look at that. The WWE, they wanted to get their hands on her and get in the mix in that Forbidden Door sort of realm.
Yeah.
That's it too. Yeah, that is true. They're trying to pull that one off too. You're right.
So I got one more. A lot of the dirt sheets are talking about unrest, dissension almost, if you will. There's a lot of frustration happening in the AEW locker room. They're not getting in depth as to the reasons why there's a lot of frustration. It could be the bloated roster. It could be this, could be that. Are you buying this, Canada Dry?
Sorry, I was looking at the my messenger. What did you say?
I had a message to flash.
Back in the locker room in the backstage of AEW.
No, it's Meltzer. So I'm not buying that. It's not like he's walking back there. I think he's just trying to be relevant. He's previously stated AEW is not cool anymore.
Yeah.
So I think this is just him trying to appeal to the people that say he's an AEW.
Yeah. All right.
I think that's exactly what's going on. I also too, let's not forget, man, like people like Kenny Omega more like been publicly discredited in him, like when he was doing his Twitch stream not too long ago and stuff. This might be Meltzer's way to try to get back at them for the discrediting comments that like some of the big name AEW guys have been saying. And you know, let's face it, he's lost his edge. He really has. He's now trying to do what like Jim Cornette has done and a few of the other freaking dirt sheet podcasters and stuff.
But I also want to say in Meltzer's defense, AEW's roster is very bloated. They need to at least cut 20 people off that roster.
Well, you know what? That's why you're seeing more and more of the contracts run up. Like I forgot, like Nick Namath's contract run up. So him and now I can't even remember. Ryan's contract's the one. So I just noticed the other day TNA's got them booked for both Namath brothers for a tag team title shot, their next pay-per-view or whatever. So I'm thinking Dan Helson's been kind of also making mentions they haven't used, and they were pushing them. They had them all over with the stuff with William Regal and things along that nature. And now, and Adam Cole, when he was pulling out a ladder one day or whatever it was, and it slid out Danhausen, that's all been gone. So looks like they're going to let his contract run up too.
Yeah,
so.
I'm curious about the Danhausen one.
Well, he's wrestling in GCW right now.
Yeah, heavily. He's involved in pretty.
Like, why should someone with TK who has all this talent at his fingertips sit there put in plans in motion for a guy who can't stay healthy?
Yeah.
That's a great point.
He's not, let's be honest, as fun as Danhausen is, he's not that great of a wrestler.
No, he's not.
Well, not just that, but like his gimmick doesn't really fit AEW.
Yeah.
He is more of an indie guy through and through. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, one shot here and there for AEW would be perfect. Having
it's like It's like when they brought in Warhorse for Cody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one-off works.
All right, guys. Guess what? It's the end of that. It's the end of that section. We are now going into, well, I like to just call it the effing main event. Let's hit it. Gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening.
Boy, oh boy, does that main event need updating. Those pictures, those videos in there are old.
We're gonna take care of it eventually. But before we get into it, Pro Wrestling Tees, because of Celebration and Double or Nothing, is having a fantastic sale where you can get shirts like the Mickey Mouse or the Steamboat Willie shirt, the Choke Cola. I mean, you can get this one, the thousands of jabronis served. I mean, you can get this one too. The effing comic book store is freaking fantastic. I love that shirt. So
Purple
neat.
and red, a comic book looks great.
And there's also the Shades of Excellence right above my shoulder right there, too.
Excellence, which is, I mean, you can't go wrong with this. Shades of Excellence right there. The Hot Wheels car. I mean, it's.
Are you still gonna grab that JFB shirt, or are you not sure if you like it, or?
Oh no, I'm gonna grab it. Yeah. Gotta wait. Fluctuation of funds coming in.
He's saving up his pennies to get the JFB shirt.
Yeah.
Man, inflation is real, man. You got to budget where you can.
Hell yeah, you ain't kidding. Anyways, so we get down to the main event, and we are talking about Double or Nothing, money picks, which we've already talked about, and lock of the night. So here's how it works. You have to give us the lock of the night. That gives you an additional point
For your team.
Yeah, for your team. So we got Team Canada on that side. We got Team USA over here.
USA.
Canada.
Doesn't quite chant as well.
U.S. sucks. U.S. sucks. U.S. sucks.
And
USA. Remember a Frenchie with the WWF? USA is not okay.
so we have to go ahead and pick our picks. And we're going to start with 0 Hour. In the first match, it's going to be Thunder Rosa taking on Diana Prazzo. Canada Dry, you go first.
Since Diana Peraza kind of went heel on Thunder Rosa,
yeah,
I'm thinking that this is she lost to Thunder Rosa on Collision, I believe it was.
Yeah.
I'm thinking this is Diana Peraza's turn to win with the 50-50 booking, and I think it's some sort of heel sort of tactic that sneaks out a pinfall.
All right.
So I'm going with Diana Peraza.
Showtime, Sugar Shane.
I'm going to have to go with the exact same pick. I've really got a great feeling about Diana in this one. And let's face it, she's one of the best wrestlers on that roster right now.
Which is not saying a lot.
So honestly, Mercedes cannot lace her boots when it comes to actually good wrestlers. So
let's go to Joe.
Yeah, I think I'm going with Diana Peraza on this one. I don't have any really rhyme or reason why. Just feel like it's her time to get a win.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you, JFB has always been high on Diana Peraza. She's the virtuosa. He is right here. So JFB is going with Diana Peraza as well, because you know what? I don't want Thunder Rosa to get a payday and be able to buy tacos.
And I really believe that it's not going to be a submission, because I don't think Thunder Rosa would let that go over.
No, you know what? I could see like Diana putting her feet on the rope for leverage or something along that lines.
Yeah.
But I guess we could officially call this match a wash, whether they win or lose. We all picked the same pick, so this is a wash one.
Let's go with our second of 0 Hour, and that is going to be the Acclaimed. They're taking on the Gates of Agony. Canada Dry, you go first, my friend.
Who's going to win this match and who should win this match are two very different things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So give us both.
Because I think that they're going to the well once too often.
Yep.
And they're going to push the Acclaimed for another victory.
Yep.
And if how I would prefer the Gates of Agony get the W on this, but I don't think they will.
Yeah. Sugar Shane.
Well, sadly, I agree fully. Canada Dry. They've been treating them like a jobber team every so often. So this is going to be another example of them treating them like a jobber team once again. So, sadly, still.
Prove me wrong, Tony Khan.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's go to Joe.
Yeah, I think it's the Acclaimed. They're making this big deal about going back to the tag team division. I'm just gonna say though, can we get a different name for Cage and the Gates of Agony? The Cage of Agony is an awful trio's name.
Okay, so the Acclaimed is saying they're going back to the tag division, and their first match is a trios match.
Yeah.
No. Last night they were in that 4-way.
I know, but this is their pay-per-view match. Is a trios match.
Is it a trios match?
Yeah.
Does everybody really love the Acclaimed? I think it's getting old. Max Caster's rap last night, like, Brian Cage has trouble getting hard, and I don't even know the names of the other two guys, was brilliant. I loved it. But yeah, it's gonna be I'm going with the Acclaimed. Just unfortunately it's lazy booking and it's an easy book. Acclaimed over. And you're right. A decent amount of people that watch AEW don't know who the hell the Gates of Agony are. So
but in fantasy booking, if you have the Acclaimed lose,
you
can start a feud with Gates of Agony. It could be good for both teams.
Hey, Noob in the chats disagree with us. He thinks it's going to be Gates of Agony for this one.
Really?
Good way to step out on a limb here, Noob.
Because
I'm cheering for you, Noob.
Oh, we hope, Noob. We really do hope you're right.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go to we are now into the main card. And I'm going to start with the first match. And this is not in any order of how the matches are going to be done. But, Adam Copeland, he is the current champion. He is going to be taking on Malachi Black for the TNT Championship in a barbed wire steel cage match. Outside of anything exploding and chainsaws hanging off of the cage, it's going to be a pretty bloody, violent affair. Canada Dry, who are you going with?
I'm going out on a limb here. Jimmy. Can I call you Jimmy?
Sure.
Well, Jimmy, I think we're going on a limb. And we're going to make this our lock of the night.
Oh.
And we're going to say Malachi Black becomes your new TNT champion with Adam Copeland firmly a part of the House of Black.
Okay. All right. Wow. Lock of the night already.
Bam! I might have prematurely locked that thing.
I think you may have.
It happens sometimes.
You get a little excited.
Yeah, you get excited and the lock just gets locked.
Shane.
What I pick in the league to what I'm picking right now are two separate situations.
Yeah.
But
that's the fun of it all. That's the fun of it all.
Yeah. I'm actually in my heart think Adam Copeland is going to take this one. It's just the whole wedding ring being taken and all that things. Yes, it looks like the booking wise, it looks like Malachi is going to win it, but
yeah,
I just have a feeling that there's going to be some shenanigans. Maybe even Beth somehow gets involved with the whole wedding ring thing tonight too and stuff for that. So I honestly think it's going to be Copeland.
Okay.
Now EVP Joe, are there going to be some guests that appear as a result of this match? One or two guests, maybe?
I don't think there's any in this one. I know
You
everyone
don't
wants
think that shows up?
Gangrel
You
to
don't
show.
think-
I
you
know.
don't
I
think
want
that-
Gangrel too. I want Gangrel because he had a really shitty AEW appearance the first time. Let's face it. So I would love to see him in this match with the
Yeah.
whole blood thing and all. So
I will say though, up until last night, I was fully behind Malachi Black winning
Yeah.
until Adam Copeland cut that promo last night.
yeah,
It
I saw
sort of
that clip.
has me thinking, but I am still going with Malachi Black to be your new TNT champion because I think it would be extremely interesting to see Adam Copeland in the House of Black. That's what I have wanted since they started teasing this match. That is what I
Now,
want.
he even said last night, if I win, maybe we change it to the House of Blood.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
why I'm like, but I think there's more out of this if Adam Copeland joins than if they were to kick Malachi Black out.
Yeah. I agree with that. I agree with that wholeheartedly. So it should be known that Gangrel and Beth Phoenix are no longer listed on WWE's website as former superstars.
Interesting.
They're not on there as alumni. So it's very interesting.
Was this like reported on something, or did you do some scoop reporting yourself?
No, I looked it up last night because I was curious and came to the self-realization that there's a good chance we might see Beth Phoenix and Gangrel. Just saying.
There we
But what I'm going to say is this. Malachi Black is probably the most underrated wrestler in AEW.
Yes.
The fact that this guy has not had a title run at all, with the exception of the Trios Championships, is an abomination.
Yeah.
This man should have been a world champion or an international champion. I'll let him take the TNT because Black
But in fairness,
No, but-
Yeah.
he has suffered a few injuries here and there.
he has suffered a few injuries.
No,
That's
but even the tag championships with Brody King, because those guys were tearing up the indie scene together before AEW or once they both signed. Like,
Yeah, they were like PWG tag champs, I think.
yeah.
like they were killing this indie scene together, man.
I'm just gonna say, I don't think it's a coincidence that the night before Malachi Black has his TNT title match, that Brody King and Buddy Matthews won that fatal 4-way tag match. Is all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Right. That's good. That's an excellent point.
Yeah. So the JMP is picking Malachi Black. Number one, I want to see a black on black TNT championship. I just want to see it.
Yes, the black on black TNT.
I really wish they would bring back custom TNT titles.
I think they're going
It
to.
could be. It
We
could
got
be.
it with Malachi.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm going with Malachi Black. It doesn't make sense to let Cope keep winning, only because of I prefer Cope as a heel. I enjoyed his run as a face, but it's time to give him a turn and give him some meat.
Yeah, that's true.
He
You're
needs
right.
to be a heel for a good 6 months. Then he needs to break out of House of Black and get up with Christian, and they go to take out House of Black.
There you go.
That's how it should happen.
Yep, I agree.
That would be crazily wild. Yeah.
Let's go to our second match of the main card, and that's going to be this. Roderick Strong, your champion, your international champion, because he's an international businessman that flies out of international airports doing international business. He's going to be taking on the aerial assassin, Will Ospreay. Canada Dry, you go first, my friend.
Do you know where he eats his breakfast? International House of Pancakes. He likes it Rudy Tooty, fresh and fruity.
Fruity Tooty, fresh and fruity, baby.
Just don't get the ones that look like little teddy bears, so you'll actually eat them.
Did they sell those?
In the States, like for the kids' meal, you can get like a pancake and they'll put like whipped cream and different things on it to make it look like a teddy bear for you.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll eat the shit out of that teddy bear.
Oh, yeah.
This to me is Will Ospreay's start of his gold legacy in AEW.
Yeah.
There's no way Roderick Strong wins. It doesn't make sense to me. And if my partner down there knows what's good for him, he'll put a lock of the night on this. I really think that Will Ospreay is going to put the prestige back in that international title.
Oh, Robin says that's his lock. Ospreay.
I honestly think too it's going to be Ospreay, but I thought booking wise with the way the Callis family is turning, like I can see, and also because they have it back. When Will's been getting beaten up lately, similar to a Swerve, his team has not been backing his ass up. So that's why I could almost see a Callis screw job. But no, I'm going to see the safe bet Will Ospreay. So.
Okay.
You're not locking this in?
I'm not locking this in. No,
Son of a bitch, you better not cost me at Denny's dinner.
I got my lock in my head for later tonight, for the later in the show.
Okay.
If I have to send him Denny's because of you,
you're dead to him. Go.
Yeah, I'm going with Ospreay just because, like, as much as I love Roddy, he hasn't done anything with this title.
Yeah.
He's had what, like one title defense?
Yeah.
I don't know. It feels like. Also, I think Will Ospreay should get this because this is a way to quell those expectations of Will Ospreay getting the world title shot at All In coming up in a few months.
Yep.
Because I don't think that's happening. I think that might be next year or somewhere else.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's going to be getting the main event get the title shot at.
Yeah. Undisputed Kingdom, to be honest with you, is a failed experiment at this point.
Yeah. Sadly.
You lose the catalyst, which is MJF.
And Adam Cole.
I mean, like when
the leader,
yeah, like you see the three same people, and occasionally Wardlow, and occasionally Adam Cole, but you see Taven, you see Canellis.
And a great example is they haven't really done much with the ROH tag titles either. It's not just the international title; it's the tag titles. They've been wearing them as props lately, even like around their necks and all that crap. And you know what?
I still think you can save it. I still think you can save it.
Hopefully, because dude, I love all those guys. I was a big fan of the original Kingdom faction and stuff. But even the later Kingdom stuff that started happening, like what's his name? The guys that are part of the Righteous or whatever.
Vincent and what's his name?
Yeah. So, like, honestly, I hope this rebounds because, like, in talent, because otherwise, if this faction gets breaking up, let's face it, a lot of those guys are just going to disappear in general. Ben and David
off the topic here. You have ROH guys coming to AEW, taking up roster spots.
Yeah,
like the Righteous, getting TV time. I don't watch ROH. Do you have AEW guys coming to ROH taking up TV time as well?
Seems like some matches. Sky Blue's done females. Sky Blue's done some ROH matches and stuff. She was taped in Edmonton was an ROH match or whatever.
I almost feel like they need to really separate the ROH guys from.
I do too. You know what? And I missed it because speaking of Taven, like one of my favorite moments was him winning the ROH World Title in Madison Square Gardens. That was freaking crazy, Bill. The build-up for that guy to win the ROH World Title, and then sadly, the money-wise and stuff like.
Yeah, the other thing for TV time, I also think if you have a Collision roster that's set in stone and a Dynamite roster that's set in stone, you're gonna have more TV time for that roster and more TV time for that roster, and and ROH gets their TV time. I think that's part of the problem.
They should do an unofficial brand split. Like, honestly, WWE's kind of maybe got the advantage here, making sure the NXT. Well, they don't sometimes, though. But I mean, like, the NXT brand is its own entity compared to the two Raw and SmackDown brands, right? So, but they've been doing a piss poor job. They don't flash any of the NXT titles except that one time when Dom won the North American title. But they don't flash those titles on the main roster at all.
Yeah.
Compared to
Sure.
AEW, just over excessively been flashing any ROH, including the Bullet Club Gold. They still carry the ROH Trios titles with their back. I mean, that is pretty cool. We'll get to that later, though.
So I'm taking Will Ospreay. It's time to offer him his coronation, so to speak. It's time for us to roll out the red carpet, welcome Will Ospreay, and give him a belt that he can make his own as he builds and builds and builds till he eventually becomes AEW's World Heavyweight Champion. So,
Wait. Are you meaning to tell me no three of you have locked this in?
oh no, you stepped on my toes, yo. This is the JFB's lock of the night.
Oh,
See, that's why I didn't. I was letting my tag team partner.
Okay. Were you gonna before I said that?
No, because honestly, I as much as I want Will to win, I still think there's this slight chance, that Roddy wins.
Yeah,
but
I'm telling you, Ospreay's taking this, my lock of the night. Let's go to our next match. Match number 3 on the main card. We're talking Trent Beretta. He's taking on Orange Cassidy in a wrestling match. Canada Dry, you go first.
If Trent Beretta does not win this,
what are we doing?
then send him to Ring of Honor, because what's the point?
Yep.
What's the point of turning him heel if he doesn't win matches?
Yep.
Like, even a beatdown after wouldn't be with it if Orange Cassidy wins.
Yeah.
He's got to steal a victory with some sort of pipe or something, whatever.
Yeah.
But Trent has to win this big match in order to make this heel turn worth it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Agree. Shane.
I'm gonna have to fully agree, and maybe this might be the night where the Callis family shows their colors and get involved somehow, because they've been building both guys, the involvement with like Don Callis. So this may be the night where all the cards are played. So, but yeah, I agree. It's got to be Beretta.
Okay. Let's go to Joe.
Actually, JFB, you go first.
Oh,
You know why? Because I'm kind of Orange Cassidy is oversaturated right now. It's like you take all that frozen orange juice that you buy at the supermarket, you put it in the pitcher, and then you pour in like that much water, and you just stir it up, and it's this like thick mucusy goo, and you're like, this is great orange drink. I don't. It's not that I don't like Orange Cassidy. I do. I enjoy his shtick. I enjoy the gimmick, but he needs some time away. Yeah. And the best way to do it is Trent Beretta trying to end his career with a steel pipe, a chainsaw, some dynamite maybe, or C4. That's all I'm saying. JFB is going with Trent.
And at this point, Orange Cassidy, he can take a loss easily.
Yeah.
And it won't hurt him.
Let's go to Joe, because I have a feeling Joe's got some thoughts.
So
lock it in. Lock it in.
No, absolutely not. No. Not a chance will this be my lock of the night. Like, I agree with everyone else that Trent should win this match.
Yeah.
But you know how many times I've picked against Orange Cassidy where the other person should win the match? And it's always Orange Cassidy winning?
Yeah.
But because we are in a tag team and I'm not trying to screw over my tag partner who has a bet on the line, I will go with Trent as well.
Oh.
So that way, I don't want us to lose by 1 point, and you have to spend,
see that's how you do it.
You have to export money to Canada and take it out of our economy.
See, this is how you do it, Shane. Follow the American model.
One of my favorite shows to watch. It's mindless TV and it has no bearing on whether or not my life is going to be good or bad. Is 90 Day Fiance. I don't know why, but I cannot stop watching that show. And there's a couple, Chantel and Pedro. And Chantel's mother talks about how he's coming from the Dominican Republic to harvest the American dollar. And that's what I think Canada Dry is trying to do. It's trying to harvest
I am.
the American dollar. And
I
that's
am.
not going to happen.
At least Canada
I'm gonna
Dry
tell
is
you,
owning
I
it.
am going to harvest. I'm going to harvest your Outback Steak gift card. I'm going to harvest that. I'll tell you what, Showtime Shane. You'll get a dinner out of this if we win.
Yeah.
I'll take you out. My treat on JFB.
There we go.
I'm gonna have to get a passport though to go to Outback Steakhouse.
Well, we have one here. Yeah.
I seriously, where the hell do we have an Outback Steakhouse?
You know what?
It's in
Plot
Abbotsford.
twist. JFB is going to buy one that can only be redeemed in the States.
You know it.
If you remember, when we bought Caleb his McDonald's gift card,
Yeah.
we couldn't buy one up here and send it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you had to send me the money.
Yeah,
And then
because
I
it had to
bought
be an
it.
American gift card.
That's what probably. Yeah, you would have to do that with the Denny's for sure.
Yeah.
But I didn't know. I'm today years old to find out there's an Outback Steakhouse in Canada.
Let's go to our next match. 2 words. Guns up. The Bang Bang Gang. They're going to be taking on. They are the champions, trios champions, multiple trios championships. They're taking on Death Triangle. It consists of this guy you might have heard named Pac. I don't know how you pronounce his name.
Neither does Jay White.
Yeah, he is Jay White. Phoenix. I'm going to go with Shane this time. Shane, this is for the trio championship.
I'm conflicted with this one because, I mean, it's most likely Death Triangle are going to probably take it, but then it would just ruin everything with the Bullet Club Gold that they had going after screwing over the Acclaim, winning the stack, now carrying 9 titles. Like, that's pretty been badass watching them with the wheelbarrow full of titles and stuff like that. So it's like, I don't want to see that to end, but I have a feeling it's going to be Death Triangle.
Okay. Shane takes Death Triangle. Let's go with Joe.
Guns up, baby. And I'm
Yeah.
going to tell you why. Juice Robinson's coming back tonight. Jay White has put such an emphasis on we are the best 3-man team that I get this feeling that Juice Robinson is coming back tonight because he's been around. There's reports that he's in town.
Yeah.
So
Hey,
I'm
do we
going
go-
with
And then did they go Freebirds? If that's the case, did they go Freebird style with the trios title?
it's either you do Freebird or you just have Jay White say, I'm giving up my spot. He's taking over and I'm going for a singles title.
Yeah,
Which is
true.
what,
That would be brilliant.
which is what Bang Bang Gang should have been doing.
Oh,
To begin with.
no, originally it was. They were originally Juice with those guys. That's
Yep.
that was the whole original plan. But then, yeah, you're right.
Just had to get freaking hurt. Listen, I'm not going to go against my partner in this. That'd be stupid. And you know it's going to be the Bang Bang Gang. They just got the effing belts, for God's sakes. You can't freaking sit there.
Wait, they're in AFW? They got the effing belts?
Yeah, they got the effing belts. They went to Rich's house and they stole the effing world championship.
Oh,
What
man.
you don't know is that's why he's wearing the gold elite shirt. We have an unofficial partnership with the Bang Bang Gang.
Yeah.
It's like we're the Halos Up division.
Yeah, I'm wearing it up.
Yeah, they say guns up, halos up, baby.
Halos up, baby. Woo! Halos up. Let's talk to the cracker himself, Canada Dry. Who are you picking?
Well, the crack
This
is
where
going
it
to tell
gets
you something.
interesting.
What?
This is where the picks get interesting.
All right. Well, the cracker's got some ideas for you on this. You know, incidentally, if you wake up and you're feeling kind of nauseous, you eat yourself a saltine cracker, you're going to feel a lot better. Just so you know. And that you know what that is? That's a knowledge is power thing.
It is.
So remember, kids. you got to find ways to get that knowledge is power video in there.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
real quick before you make your pick, you know what though? When I was a kid, if I was sick, It was saltine crackers and Canada Dry ginger ale.
That's
You got it on
exactly
lock.
what you need. Crack a Canada Dry.
Canada
All right.
Dry.
I'm worried Showtime Shane is going to cost me this Denny's dinner here, because I do think it's the Guns.
Yeah.
They've been champions for not long enough to take it off. They like to keep those trios belts on people for a while.
Whenever they're not getting suspended and stripped.
Yeah. So, I don't see them losing it at this point. And if a new team comes along, that's who's going to get it. It's not going to go to a team that's already had it.
But
Yeah.
we do got to split some points up. If we keep going wash, there's no winner. It would just be a draw anyways,
This is
right?
true,
So
yeah. I think coming up we'll have a couple matches that are differing.
Yeah, absolutely. So I want to give a recap really quickly. We're on the fourth match of the main card. So Thunder Rosa, Deonna Purrazzo, we all picked Deonna. For the Acclaim versus Gates Agnew, we all picked the Acclaimed.
Yeah.
For the main show, we with three of us, Canada Dry with his lock of the night. Joe in the JFB picked Malachi Black. Some reason Shane drinking heavily Labatt's Blue like it's going nails down Adam Copeland taking it. We all
it was my lock.
Yeah, we all picked Will Ospreay. That was my lock of the night. We all picked Trent Beretta to win. And Joe, JFB, and Canada Dry picked Bang Bang Gang. And for some reason, again, now on his third six-pack of Labatt's Blue, they picked Death Triangle.
And I still got a beer garden to attend in a few hours, too.
Yeah. So we got two locks of the night left, Shane's and Joe's.
So the way we're going, Shane's either going to be the GOAT or the GOAT in these predictions.
Yeah, exactly. The greatest of all time or the scapegoat of all time.
Yeah.
Let's go with Jericho. He is your FTW world champion. He is taking on Hook and Karahatsu Shibata. So this is for the FTW for the world championship, which Jericho has been a 33-day reign or 35-day reign. Let's go with Joe first. Joe, who are you taking?
I'm going with Jericho. I don't think Jericho's dropping this title just yet. Like you said, he just came up with this new gimmick. He's reinvented himself. I'm not a big fan of it, but it's working.
Yep.
And they're not going to sit there and sit here and take the title off him. I think he's not losing in a triple threat. So Mr. Jericho here, he's going to retain his FTW title.
Oh, he's
got the FTW title.
That's so awesome. Let's go.
You know what? Every time we bring up Jericho, on any of these shows, and you're on it, you got to hold up the FTW title with
it's
Jericho.
my son's. If he's around, he literally ran upstairs to get it for me. So
listen, just make a deal with your son.
Yeah,
that Jericho needs to be on the podcast when you're here.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to go with Jericho as well. It doesn't make sense to take the belt off of Jericho. I think what would make it even better is if whoever gets the pin joins the learning tree, because you have to have, this is a faction that needs to build. And you can't have the big redwood as being the only, guy in it. So,
well,
maybe Enzo Amore shows up tonight.
You know who is rumored to be backstage? Maybe.
Yeah.
Sammy Guevara.
Oh God, I could not stand that.
Let's see what Alex. Who's Alex picking in this?
Hey, Nate!
Hey, it's Steamboat Willie. How's it going, Steamboat Willie?
How's it going?
Join your last little bit of time in the States.
Yes, we're at the airport just now.
All right, really quickly before you gotta board your flight here, who do you got in this match?
What match is it? Sorry, I was joining.
It's the FTW title match: Shibata and Hook versus Jericho.
Oh, it's going to be Jericho. It has to be Jericho.
Yeah.
There's no for the story to continue. It has to be Jericho.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Let's go to Showtime Shane.
I can't disagree. It's looking like Jericho, and I have a feeling it's going to be some kind of shenanigans. It's going to be definitely some kind of shenanigans tonight. Why Jericho wins it, but it's going to be Jericho regardless.
Yeah. Joe.
Joe already picked.
I already picked. I went first.
You know what? I'm not liking this now. Haney being here has now put me on the American side. What the hell?
That is Jericho hair going on. Look at this.
You got Jericho and the FTW title.
There you
That's
go.
awesome. That's
Candid
badass.
I just,
Candid
I
Dry,
just
you
want-
pick.
sorry, I was just going to say.
I'm going with Chris Jericho.
Jericho.
Got the Jericho rookie card here. Willing to trade this for the Bret Hart sunglasses.
I got a son Jericho somewhere too.
All right, so now my question is this. This is going to be an extra bonus point. Who takes the pin or the submission? Who actually eats the loss? Candid Dry, you go.
Shibata.
I think it's Shibata, but I also think it's the possibility of Shibata joining the learning tree
Okay.
because it gives him something to do.
Yeah. Let's go with Haney. Who eats the loss?
Yeah, I think it doesn't make any sense because they obviously want to put it back on Hook eventually, so probably Shibata. Yeah.
Okay. Shane.
Shibata. They've had no shame to put the loss on them before, so it's why not now? Why is it any different now? I should say.
I'd love to see him with that Google Translate thing doing learning tree stuff. That'd be freaking great.
Let's go with Joe.
Oh yeah, Shibata's taking the pin here.
Okay.
It's funny how you mentioned the Google Translate thing. Somebody I know has been utilizing the Google Translate lately for a certain league.
You know what?
Because you don't know a lick of Japanese.
I could almost see them recreating what led to this. I could see both Jericho and Hook having their submission on Shibata.
Yeah.
Having him tap out, and then later on we get the singles match between Jericho and Hook.
That could easily be. You're right. I
I hope they don't repeat that because that's bad. That's bad booking to redo it.
Yeah. I agree.
I'm not saying that's what they should do. I'm saying I could see them do it.
Yeah.
They're going to tease this spot in the match, guaranteed. They're going to do it again in the match.
Oh, they'll tease that spot. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. It's now time to go. We got to turn the page because I'm on the backside of my notebook. We got Jon Moxley. He is the IWGP World's Heavyweight Champion. He is taking on Takeshita in an IWGP Eliminator match, which means if Takeshita wins, regardless of who owns the belt, he gets a shot. Can the Dry? I want you to think carefully, take a deep breath, and tell us.
Oh, can I breathe that? All right.
All right.
I think that this is Shibata's match to win because
You mean
there's nothing to
Takeshita?
lose from.
You mean
Oh, sorry,
Takeshita?
not Shibata. Takeshita. Yeah, Takeshita's match to win. Jon Moxley doesn't lose anything because he doesn't lose the title. So I think it's an easy way to put the shine on Takeshita.
Okay. Shane.
My partner's really gonna hate me tonight.
Ooh.
Denny's. Here's your Denny's money.
I'll throw you some change towards it. This is what's gonna happen. It's gonna be Moxley and Naito's showing up tonight after Moxley wins the match for me, you, Forbidden Door. That's exactly what's gonna happen tonight. And Naito's gonna get that damn title back too. It's gonna be Naito showing up and staring down Moxley after he wins that match.
Yeah, they have been preparing for Forbidden Door early this year.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, Tanahashi showing up last night is proof that
Which was a shock to me.
Yeah. Oh, I got so
honestly, I had no clue when I saw that in the clips for AEW clips. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. The ace.
Yeah.
Let's go with Haney. Haney, who are you taking?
So I was just going to talk about the ace here for a second. It looks like his back's completely gone. You know, the way he stands and things like that. It's a real shame. It was quite sad to see. Obviously he's getting to the end of his career, but yeah, he didn't look like the ace that we all knew 5-10 years ago. But who does at that age? You know?
Yeah, you're right.
He's up there, isn't he? Close to 60?
No,
No,
he's
47.
in his 50s.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's not about 47, 48.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But he's had, I mean, he's had a high impact career, you know, with that strong style. Pretty much he's wrestled that strong style all his career. So, what was it called? The thing. But yeah, I think what was it? Mox will take the loss in this one, and then what was it? It doesn't really impact it too much, unless what was it? What they do at the end of this?
After the Goldberg appears.
What's that? I missed that.
Joe Graham's son said that Goldberg's going to appear.
Versus John Moxley for the IWGP.
Yeah, it's possible. You know, Tony Khan likes Goldberg. He did talk to him.
Yeah, but Goldberg doesn't like Tony Khan, apparently.
Goldberg doesn't like Vince McMahon either. He likes millions and millions of pounds, of dollars, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, that's all he likes is money.
Yeah, exactly.
Money and
I'm not gonna
recognition.
Let's go with Joe. Joe, who are you taking, my brother?
This is a tough one because this isn't just Tony Khan booking this match. New Japan is involved in this match.
Yeah.
This is the IWGP title.
Yeah.
So, and Takeshita is a DDT contracted wrestler.
Exactly what I was just thinking of after. I'm like, why would they going to allow somebody that had no ties in New Japan have any part of winning this? An opposing brand, too. Yeah, that's a great point.
I am
I don't
going.
think John Moxley has a contract with him, does he?
Nope. So I pay for play.
I mean, but like he might get a pay per appearance.
Yeah.
But Moxley isn't contracted to DDT or All Japan.
Exactly. He never worked for the competitor. Yeah.
So I'm going with Mox, but I don't think Naito shows up because everything I've read is New Japan doesn't like advertising multiple title matches at once. And next weekend is Moxley versus Evil.
Yeah.
So it may get announced then, but I don't think it'll get announced here.
Okay. So who are you taking?
Moxley.
Okay. I mean, to be honest with you, like I want to go with my partner, but it's tough. This is a hard match.
No, I completely understand.
Yeah, I want to say Takeshita, but now that we're talking about the scheme and the whole world of which we exist in, I'm still going with Takeshita. I think
It's like, I can't do it.
It's like
Can we
I'm
call
taking
this one
John
a
Moxley to lose.
So we call this one another draw. We have split votes again.
Yeah.
I actually think it was. I've got a suspicion that Takeshita will probably to go do a little excursion to New Japan after Forbidden Door.
Yeah,
you could be right.
Obviously, to just so I think this is maybe his introduction to that. Because if AEW wasn't about, he probably would be there already now. You know.
Yeah.
So I think that's what's going to happen. You've got to do a little excursion over there, which is always good.
Wait, who did you say is going over there, Alex?
Takeshita.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's something they used to do back in the day as well. And Tony's good. Tony's a big fan of doing stuff that they used to do back in the day, where the NWA guys or the WWF guys would go over and do an excursion over there in Japan. So especially after taking half their roster in the last year. So
it's just smart business. It allows wrestlers to be away and be missed.
Yep. Yeah, that's like, how can you miss something if you don't go away?
You can't.
Yeah, send Orange Cassidy there for a bit.
Oh yes, send him to the moon or Mars or the Jupiter or something like that. Somebody can't get back. It's a one-way ticket.
They have a wrestling promotion on the moon and the Mars.
Yes, they do.
It's all universal.
Ziggy Stardust is the
It's
the
Lunar
Mars
Elite
champion.
Wrestling is what it's called.
Hey,
Yeah.
that was original Kevin Steen when he said he was champion of the universe in PWG. That was the exact brand he was talking about. That's the universe he was talking about.
Can we say
Wow, Dave, that's messed up.
wow?
Oh,
Party shooting by the bow.
Hey Joe, you never know. You might be big in Japan if you go there.
no, we're sending him to the moon. He's not going to Japan.
Yeah, he's not.
Yeah, yes.
All right, let's go.
Ground
on.
control, the Major Tom.
Look, you don't want to send me to the moon. I'll be the EVP on the moon. I'm taking over the moon. It's all mine.
Moon champion.
Our last,
Guys.
all right, we got another match. Number 7, Timeless Tony Storm. She is your champion versus Serena D for the AEW Women's World Championship. Can the Dry go first? Who takes
Okay,
the
let me remind these two boys here,
please put
EVP
up.
Joe and Show Shane, they need a lock.
Yeah.
Haney can lock in anytime he wants, but
No, I got my lock. It's coming.
okay. Yeah, this is going to be Tony Storm. I'd like Deeb to win but I think at this point she's there to wrestle good matches and put over some of the stars. So it's Tony Storm because I think there's something brewing with Mina and a love triangle between Mariah May and Tony Storm.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Shane.
I'm gonna have to go with the same thing. My heart's with Serena, but no, I see Tony because the whole build-up. Eventually, it's gonna be Mariah May versus her or the other Japanese chick. Who knows? They might even do a triple threat at Forbidden Door or something like that. So I honestly see Tony Storm retaining just to build up the title for those future events.
Yeah. Okay. Haney, who are you taking?
Yeah, I can't see what was it Deeb winning this one, unfortunately. I think this is just let's get to the next stage because you've got all in just round the corner as well.
Yeah.
So I mean I feel terrible saying this, but what was it? Again, it's an absolute shame because she's a phenomenal talent, but people just ain't interested in Deeb. What was it? Sadly, that technical wrestling.
Yeah.
They're not interested in it, so yeah.
Okay. Let's go with.
Changes it to Caleb's girlfriend.
I was going to say, wow, Caleb's girlfriend.
I forgot all. Oh my God! Oops.
All I gotta say is, wow. I mean, talk about inside baseball. Shane, are you Caleb's girlfriend? Are you?
Oops. I'll take it.
Let's go.
Shane, I've got a question for you.
Yo, shoot.
Do you have kebab flaps?
What did you say?
I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole.
Can you say it again, Alex? I didn't quite hear you.
No, let's leave it. It's probably
Okay.
not. Guys, I better head off. Enjoy all in, and I know.
All right, enjoy your flight.
Take care, Haney. Have a good flight, man.
Hell
Can I
yeah.
just say one more thing? I know it's Memorial Day weekend and things like that, so obviously that's important. But let's remember the animals that were out there as well and served for countries as well. That's something Fiona's really passionate about. So, yeah.
For the cats and the dogs, baby. Woo!
Well, not just that. Donkeys, horses, they were all used to transport equipment.
Yeah.
back in the day.
Rabbits.
Snakes.
Snakes on the planes. I would say fly safe, but you're not flying, so you're not the pilot. So
Yeah, well, we'll see how
you
it
have
goes.
no
My arms
choice.
are a bit sore.
You fly how you fly.
Yeah, my arms are a bit sore with carrying all the stuff that
You're
Fiona's
like
got.
flying like this.
I'll say it though.
Right.
Safe travels, sir.
Yeah, safe travels. Good sir.
Thank you. Bye. Bye.
Halos up.
Halos up. Joe, who you taking, brother?
So I'm going with Tony because little behind the curtains here. We have a group chat where we were talking strategy for picks for AFW.
Yeah.
And I had to come in with some facts to convince Canada Dry to go with the right pick.
Yeah.
Every story,
How did our thing get all screwed up?
I don't know, but every story I can think of only makes sense with Tony Storm as champion coming out of this.
Yeah.
I love Serena Deeb. I think she's a phenomenal wrestler.
Yeah.
But all the stories, and that seems to be what Tony Khan has put an emphasis on here in the last 3 to 4 months, is storytelling.
Yeah.
It's got to be Tony.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so convinced. I'm making this. I was going to pick something else as my lock. I'm making Tony Storm my lock of my lock.
Oh, Joe with the lock.
Yeah.
Okay. Listen, everybody knows I love Serena D. Me and Canada Dry, we call her the female Bret Hart. Basically, that's what she is.
I agree.
She is Bret Hart with breasts and a vagina. I mean, there's no ways of
That's a t-shirt. Bret Hart with a vest.
Okay.
But Tony Storm right now is probably the hottest female wrestler right now going in any brand. I mean, what she is doing is damn near brilliant and it's damn near genius.
That promo she cut last night,
was
amazing.
Yeah, I mean it was amazing. And yeah, Shane occasionally changes locations.
I'm gonna have to get some more beer fridge stuff.
Well, that and the guys who took out Dino Bravo are after Shane, and he's got to constantly change locations.
Right. That's exactly why I changed locations, just to be safe.
Speaking of a Frenchie, USA is not okay.
I mean, I'm just saying. Yeah. Let's go to our 8th match on the main card. We're talking Willow Nightingale. She is your TBS champion. She's taking on Mercedes Moné, who claims to be the best female wrestler of all time. So I'm going to go with Joe. You go first. Who is taking the win?
I got Mercedes on this one.
Okay.
Like, she has, like, you don't pay Mercedes what you're paying her to not have her be a champion to represent your brand. She's already doing all the PR stuff, throwing out first pitches, going to hockey games, doing the interviews on the red carpet. I mean, imagine all the more exposure AEW gets when she's carrying that belt on her shoulder to all of these PR events.
Yeah.
It makes business sense.
Yeah, I agree. Listen, I mean, I love Willow Nightingale. I think she's got a big, huge high side to her. I think it's a shame that she's not going to hang on to the belt for very long. I'm taking Mercedes Moné as well, and it's a no-dub pick. I mean, you don't buy a Ferrari and then you drive it on the side streets of downtown Nashville. Like, you get
and
it.
you leave your plastic wrapping still on the seats and all that too.
Yeah.
You sell it to the next, protect it for the next guy.
Yeah, like I know a guy who bought a Ferrari and it stays in his garage. He bought it for the status symbol and not to actually drive it. I don't think he's ever driven it. It still has like 20 original miles.
That's ridiculous.
He's afraid to drive.
Need their oil change.
Yeah.
Wait, before these two go, though, can I throw in a little bit more?
Do it.
I think this is where we get the turn. I think Stat turns here.
Yeah.
Or Stokely, or both.
Yeah.
Stokely could even end up her manager at the Mercedes manager at the end of the night.
Oh, that's interesting. That'd be interesting.
Either way, but I think this is a good way. You have Mercedes take the belt, and then Willow can go and chase Statlander for a little bit, and then she can come back to the belt.
Yeah, I agree. Let's go with Canada Dry.
We still don't know who attacked Mercedes Moné.
Herself.
They still haven't revealed. So
JFB just got attacked.
I know. Who was it? Who attacked you?
It was Julia Hart.
Oh, that.
Or my dogs. I'm not sure.
Well, one of the. But yeah, I think that we'll get the answer to that tonight, and that'll play into the story. It's going to be a good one. I think it's Mercedes Moné getting the victory. And
my son has some breaking news real quick.
It wasn't me who who attacked
Breaking
him.
news.
Say it again.
It wasn't me who attacked him.
It wasn't you. Okay. Now we know.
I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. Roman, where were you when the attack happened? Do you have empirical proof? Do you have video confirmation that you were not there?
I was playing with my action figures.
Okay, that explains. Okay. We don't have to put them in the box and grill them. let's go with Shane.
Oh, I honestly think it's going to be Mercedes. It's the obvious choice. I'm not going to use your exact quote, JFB, but from earlier with Serena D, but she's going to get the Okada treatment, let's just say. So, yeah. So, I definitely, there's no other reason than, yeah, I think there's going to be, the cards are going to unfold that, like, Stokely's going to screw her, or Stokely and Stavlander is going to screw over Willow tonight.
Yep. I agree. So, we got two more matches. One more lock of the evening, and it all belongs to this guy over in the corner. Our next match is going to be the Elite. The Elite. We're talking Okada. We're talking the Bucks. We're talking about Jack Perry. They're going to be taking on Team AEW. Who's in Team AEW? Well, I don't know. Half the guys on the roster are hurt. But apparently Bryan Danielson is going to be there. FTR is going to be there. And flamethrower toting Darby Allin is going to be there as well.
Is he bringing the flamethrower?
Yeah, Scorpio. Wasn't that the name of the Simpsons carrier? They made the joke, Scorpio or something like that, whatever his name was. Oh, yeah.
Big Scorpio. Yeah. So Canada Dry, you go first. Anarchy in the Arena. Who ends up standing tall?
I'm gonna have to go. I think this is leading to a blood and guts match.
Yeah.
So whoever wins this loses the blood and guts. So I'm gonna go with I'm going with the Elite, and I think that Dax Harwood's gonna be bloody because it'll look cool and take the pin.
Yep. All right. Showtime, Shane.
Well, this is going to have to be my lock of the night. And I think Nick and Matt both agree. So the Elite are going to take this one tonight. Whether they're going to lose a blood of guts or whatever, we'll get to that later. But yeah, it's going to be lock of the night, the Elite for this.
Okay.
Because it makes no sense. Why build up Jack Perry the way you are just to make his group lose? No, there's no way. But it still could mean MJF shows up after the match takes place or all that too. So,
okay. So, Joe, what is your prediction?
I mean, it's my namesake. It
You
only
gotta
makes,
have your kids' action figures ready. It's just a good gimmick.
I have my own action figures ready. Apparently,
I'm going with the Elite as well. It only it's too early in this story for the Elite to have their legs chopped out like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have, personally, the way I see it is blood and guts sometime somewhere for control of the company. I think is how this should play out.
Okay.
So, even if they did blood and guts at the Arthur Ashe Stadium show instead of they usually do it in July or whatever.
Yeah.
Sit there, really play this story out. Because then you can really build up Team AEW. You could have it be Swerve. You could have it be MJF. You could have it be, I don't even know who else. Daniel Garcia.
you know what? Speaking of which, they've been giving those hints that Swerve's like, I'm not dealing with you guys. Showing up backstage right before they're going to enter, pissing off the Elite and stuff. But that's
Sitting in their chairs and all that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, they've been giving those teasers.
Be the world champion involved in there too.
I like it. All right. Listen, when you're doing invasion angles, much like this kind of is like an evasion angle, but not really an evasion angle. You can't turn the tides like that. You got to let this build. Team AEW has to get beaten badly over and over and over and over again until someone changes the course and the direction. And I think that the guy that's going to do that is Hangman Adam Page. I think he's going to be the sting between the NWO and WCW. Does he go with the Elite? Does he stay with Team AEW? What's going to happen? I think that's how it plays. But I'm going to go with the Elite as well because, let's be honest, I haven't had my lobotomy yet, so I'm still coherent, cognizant of how the real world of wrestling works.
You know what could also be a great benefit to delaying Blood and Guts to like the Arthur Ashe show?
Yeah.
Maybe Kenny Omega's healthy by then.
And Ibushi. Kenny and Ibushi.
Yeah.
Do you know what would be cool? If what you got a drinking Hangman,
yeah,
and when he drinks, he's a good guy.
But see, yeah,
are you hinting at something, Canada Dry? I'm kidding.
You know what else I could see happening is because he's on his I'm gonna lose to everybody kick. You can have Bryan Danielson lose here and get beat so bad because all the reports are he needs surgery.
Yeah.
So you could have him be out for a while, go get a surgery, and then he could be the mystery 4th or 5th man in Blood and Guts to help Team AEW.
Yeah, that would work. I'd enjoy that.
Or be Casanova taking his spot, kind of coming to terms. You know what? Brian was actually onto something, even though he was against the idea originally. You could have that angle too.
All right, guys, we're running long here, so let's
really long.
Let's wrap up this last match.
Last match is going to be Swerve, the champion. He is the AEW World Heavyweight Champion, taking on my father, Christian Cage. Canada Dry, go for it.
Whose house?
Swerve's
house. Yeah. I swerve when I drive. This
video of me doing that in Vancouver, unfortunately.
This is the easy lock of the night that no one took, which is good. This is obvious. Swerve ain't losing this belt anytime soon.
Yep. Shane.
Yeah, I can't disagree with it at all. Christian is just the perfect guy to set up, like the Logan Paul for the Cody Rhodes situation. Yep. Christian is taking that situation for Swerve right now. So,
yep. EVP Joe.
Well, first I'm gonna let my son make his pick.
Okay.
Okay, so of course Swerve Strickland is gonna win, but then after the match, Christian Cage beats him up, and in his tag team, his faction beats him up, and Darby Allin comes up, but that still isn't good enough. But there's one more man to come and help him.
And who's that?
Oh, you think that, huh?
Oh!
Hey, turn that off. We can't be playing that on the show.
No, I'm pretty sure that was free music. I'm pretty sure that was free to air music before, or it was at one point.
So he's got the MJF action figure.
Okay.
Oh, awesome.
I love it. Who are you taking, Joe?
Yeah, I'm going with Swerve too. This is his first proper feud after winning the title. Way too early to be taking the belt off this man. He's still got so much more to do. I could even see Hangman showing up tonight in this match, not even for the Elite, but he could just still be that deranged and unhinged madman who's like, I told you I can't let you be champion, so I'm taking this belt from you.
Yeah. So one last thing.
My diamond ring.
There we go. Bullet Club, baby. 2 points. Each of you have to pick one match. What is the match that main events?
It is Anarchy in the Arena.
Okay. Shane.
You're going to want me to pick that, aren't you? Because I have a feeling.
Pick what you pick.
I have a feeling it's a Swerve match because just like All In the Anarchy Arena match then was not the main event match.
Yeah.
So I have a feeling it's going to be the Swerve and Christian match.
Okay. Joe.
Yeah, a toss up between those two matches.
Can I say one thing? It's going to be too much of a gimmick match to end with the Anarchy Arena match. That's my
It all
opinion over
depends
there.
not on the match, but what they have planned afterwards.
Well, that's true too.
I think they're going to want to send everyone home happy. So I'm going to go with Swerve main eventing and retaining.
Yeah.
Okay. Listen, everybody knows I'm a traditionalist. I'm an old school wrestling fan. Champ goes last. Swerve is going to main event. I don't mind seeing Anarchy main eventing, but I think it's going to be Swerve because he is your champion. He's been doing a lot of press lately. That is the end of the show.
And he deserves to have a main event.
And honestly, you know what? I think there's going to be some video editing gimmicks too for the Anarchy match like they've done before, which is why I felt would be a main event match just for those reasons alone.
Well,
All right, guys. Let's wrap it up.
Yeah, let's wrap it up. Hey, you want to buy shirts like this one? You need to go to prowrestlingtees.com/Adrian Adonis. Or if you want any of the shirts we showed earlier, by God, all you got to do is go to prowrestlingtees.com/effing wrestling where you can get all of your amazing gear. Now, Canada Dry, do you have anything you wanted to add?
I'm still a little rocking and a reeling from what happened this last week with losing Ryan. So I just wanted to share something with you that a poem I found. It's called Holes.
Yeah.
I've been in that hole for a very long time, in the dark and then in the damp and in the cold and the slime. The shaft was above me. I could see it quite clear, but there was no way I ever could reach it from here. Nor could I remember the world way up there. So I lost all my hope and gave in to despair. I knew nothing but darkness, the floor and the walls. Then off in the distance, I heard someone call. Get up, get ready. There's nothing the matter. Take rocks and old sticks and build up a fine ladder. This had never occurred to me, had not crossed my mind. But I started to stack all the stones I could find. When I ran out of stones, then old sticks were my goal. For one way or another, I'd get out of that hole. So I soon had a ladder that was sturdy and tall, and I thought, I'll soon leave this place once and for all. I climbed up the ladder. It was no easy chore. For my lifting those boulders, my shoulders were sore. I climbed up on the ladder, but soon had to stop, for my ladder stopped short, some 10 feet from the top. I climbed back down the ladder and started to cry. I'd done all I could do. I gave my best try. And in spite of my work, in this hole I must die. And all I could do was sit and think, why? Was my ladder too short and my hole much too deep? Then, way upon high, came a voice. Do not weep. Then faith and hope and love entered my chest as the voice said to me that I'd done my best. He said, you've worked very hard and your labor has been tough, but the ladder you built is last tall enough. Do not despair. You have reason to hope. Just climb up your ladder and I'll throw you a rope. I climbed up the ladder, then climbed up the cord. When I got to the top, there stood the Lord. I couldn't be happier. My struggle was done. I blinked in the brightness that came from the sun. I fell to the ground. His feet did I kiss. I cried, what can I do to repay thee for this? Then he looked all about him. There was holes in the ground. They had people inside, and we've seen all around. There were thousands of holes that were damp, dark, and deep. Then the Lord turned to me and he said, feed my sheep. Then he went on his way to help other lost souls. I got right to work, calling down to the holes. Get up, get ready, there's nothing the matter. Take rocks on old sticks and build up a fine ladder. It is now my turn to spread the good word, the most glorious message that man ever heard. There's one who is willing to save one and all, and we got ready when he gives the call. He pull us all out of that hole we're in and save our souls from death and from sin. So do not lose faith. There's reason to hope. Just build up your ladder. He'll throw you down a rope. Just keep fighting.
Word up. This has been an effing worldwide media production. You can find us on all social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, and others. Head over to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/effing wrestling. And while you're there, click like and subscribe. Want some swag? Head to our store at prowrestlingtees.com/effing wrestling. You can find all these links and much more at our awesome website, effingwrestling.com. As the JFB always says, you can book it.